So this is the retail category XRT. And of course, we do cycle analysis, which means that we look at the rhythms of the market, money flows, and what's on the bottom are the cycle brackets. That is simply a guide. It's a drawing tool that helps us understand the money flows, the ebb and flow in the markets. And when you look here, you can see this cycle right in here, the clarity on that, the bottoming phase, the rising phase, the peaking phase, the declining phase, all of that pretty well outlined. There's some mid-cycle points right in here that I don't have these the small cycle in there, but I'm just going to duplicate this right in here so that you can see how this cycle bracket works and how the minor cycles line up, and they're not exactly perfect as you see in here. This one was really nice right there, and really what you can see looking at this is that these two cycles right here and right here had declines right into those declining phases, and now they're in a clear uptrend, and you can see that uptrend in here. Now what's important to look at is that this rally right in here is 3 weeks old. Now 3 weeks is really 3 weeks young, and that because this cycle right over here is configured in a positive way. It didn't quite get down to that 78.6, but still the trough here is above where this trough was right over here. That says the probability is high. It's going to achieve this level here of the old high or surpass that. So what we're looking at are the fib extensions in here, which are about 80.5 and up over here to 83. That's what we would expect in this first rising minor cycle, get up into this fib extension area, which is that blue area right up over there. So the question is, it's now had this big rally, and now what we have to look at is the shorter term to look for, where do we buy it? Now, well, clearly, because I'm going to go back to the weekly for a second, you can see in here the upward turn in momentum right there, the only 3 weeks rally so far in the or early in this rising phase. What we want to do is we want to be a buyer. I mean, that's how I see it. You can see that it's been trading in this range from down here about 70 to up here at about 80. And the question is it going to break out of the range? So what we want to do is make sure that we enter in a way that's favorable. So what I do is I put in the support zones and then mark that as a buy zone. It's a buy zone because we have positive momentum. And if you look on the bottom over here, you can see that this is the slim ribbon PO giving you an upside momentum signal today. All of that says that when this minor cycle over here corrects, and you can see where it corrected down over here, that then it is likely to be a buy area and give you the next rally. So the question is, do you chase it on the long side in here? Well, it's not my style. My style is, since I want to buy this and I want to buy it in a favorable entry area. Why? Well, because it gives me less risk in a couple of ways, less monetary risk and less potential risk of my emotional capital. Because if it gets into this zone, the probability is that it will run out of time on the downside, it'll be in support, and then it will move up again. So that's important to me, maintaining my emotional capital and maintaining my monetary capital. So this is the zone I want to buy it. That really comes in about 76.3 down to about 75.25. And that would be where it was, well, just 2 days ago. So based on the timing in here, and I'm just going to mark this off for you to see right here, generally the area that it comes down to is 3 bars or so on either side of the ideal cycle. So I'm going to mark that time zone, and that's what this analysis is. It gives you time and price regarding where particular actions have the highest probability, and that's what we have right over here. Sometime between September 5th and September 16th, at a price somewhere between 76.31 and 75.25. That really is my most favorable entry zone right over there in time and price. So alongside trade that I don't think is quite ready, I'll be waiting for some kind of a pullback, and then it will likely give us the highest probability of another upside move, testing at least the top of that range right up over there, which is in just over 80, or maybe getting further up over here into the 83 area at the top of that fib extension zone. That is my analysis on XRT, and I hope it was informative to you and gives you a good potential entry for that long side trade.